If you study every author closely, and in this case a novelist, you are going to discover that there is a recurring theme or few themes that keep repeating themselves not only in one book but even in the consecutive books or novels that the writer writes. Not necessarily that they are part 1 or part 2 of books or sequels, but you discover that there is something burning in the heart of the novelist that he or she wants to convey, a message that he wants to convey to the readers. And in this case, we have Ngugi wa Thiong'o in this book, The Wizard of the Crow. I have picked this book because I read it in the year 2007, not in this version, not in this English version, because this is a translation from the Gikuyu original version that was written in 2006, Murogi wa Kagogo. And one of the questions that I was asking myself after reading that book, so who is this Wizard of the Crow? And as I said at the start of this video, Ngugi wa Thiong'o is one author who wants people to think, who wants to stretch the minds, of the readers. We don't want to give everything that is palatable. At times he wants to train the muscles, your will, to go beyond and ask yourself a number of questions. So today, as we mourn the demise of this great author, great novelist, allow me to highlight few books that I have loved about this author. Okay, he has written about the Weep Not Child in 1964. This book he wrote when he was still an undergraduate student. I have read it. He has written the Petals of Blood in 1965. He has written the Matigari in 1977. The Matigari is about the remnants. We're talking about the struggle to get the independence of most of the African countries. And he laments how they were treated even after. As in the grain of wheat, the devil on the cross in 1982. This devil on the cross was the original that was called Shaitan Mudarafaini. And in this book, I remember a character in this book wondering what will happen at the resurrection day when people will resume or will be given back their bodies. And he was asking, so what will happen to a person who was feasted on by the beasts, by lions, and his body was consumed to the last part? So what will happen? So a theologian or a person who is studying religion would like to take that to the next level and ask himself or herself the question, so what will happen at the end of this life? Yes. And perhaps even guide people, because these are some of the questions that everybody will ask. Nobody is born knowing everything, but everybody has a capacity to ask himself questions, and it is only right that they get answered. And the idea of making people think, is what Ngugi wa Thiong'o does. So let's continue celebrating the life of this person. He has cheated death, as most of the novelists and playwrights will say, because even years to come, we will still be talking about what these authors, and in our case, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, did not only for Africans, not only for Kenya, but humanity and the entire world at large. Huruka Uhoro Ngugi.